I'm Dan Winchester. I co-founded Scamalytics. We're the largest fraud database dedicated to the dating industry. Our customers are dating sites, dating services, and we're on a mission to grow that database even bigger. Our network consists of around about 12 dating sites or dating platforms. A lot of those platforms obviously in themselves have thousands and thousands of sites. Two of the larger ones would be Ventro and Cupid Media, and the footprint is really pretty global. We've got sites in most countries and most languages. Scamalytics takes in data across a network of dating sites and dating apps. We analyse that data. We get feedback as to who within that data are the scammers and who aren't, and then we use that information to build models which we can then use to predict whether a new user is likely to be a scammer or not based on previous users.
We've seen this time and time again. If a dating site does not manage its scammers, either using technology or moderators or both, what happens is the scammers start telling their friends. I mean, they're quite organized, and before you know it, it's just overrun by scammers, and you might get annoyed as a user getting the odd message from a scammer, but when, you get one real message and 10 scammer messages, then you go, hey, the reputation of the site is gone.
In using a dating site, in a way, the scammer is pre-qualifying the people it's targeting to people who are receptive to being contacted by a complete stranger, and at some point upping the trust level in the relationship with that complete stranger. Very few scams actually get executed on the dating service itself. They almost always get executed on the third-party system. So there's a couple of things that a dating site can do to stop its users moving off its own messaging system. The first one is education. Stress to your user how important it is that they remain on your messaging system for their safety, not for your benefit, but for their own benefit. But genuine users, they want the convenience of modern messaging systems. So in tandem with education, you really need to build a best-in-class messaging system. Make sure you're getting those notifications and bringing in all the benefits that a third-party messaging system brings. So the user really has no excuse to move onto a third-party system.
So the next 12 months for Scamalytics is all about refinement and improvement of our product. I mean, it is a technology war, as it were. Scammers will come up with new techniques. We've got to keep up to those, and of course expanding the network is key. So the more clients we have on our network, the more the industry can rid itself of scammers.
I'm not sure scamming has changed massively over the last 5 years, because you're still talking about a scammer who is trying to misrepresent who they are and trying to move the user off of the site's messaging system and onto a third-party messaging system. So from the point of view of detection, it's actually been quite similar for the 4 years we've been running Scamalytics. What obviously has changed is how big an influence things like bots are having, especially where platforms are opening up APIs, which makes it easy for bot developers to build these incredibly sophisticated bots. And the bot is still misrepresenting who it is, it's pretending to be a human being, and it's still trying to, at some point in the conversation, move the target off of the messaging system and onto a third-party system, or installing an app or joining a new dating site. So the detection strategy hasn't changed that much, but the volume and intensity of some of the problems that can be caused by bots has.